Feeling safe and being listened to is one of the ways we can drive increased inclusivity. Where have you seen inclusivity being done well, and what are the behaviours you think that support this?
I want to provide you with an example how I changed in the past couple of years and how I try to improve the psychological safety of people and with that include them more. I'm a German, and German culture doesn't praise much. We usually are more critical in our outreach, and I've been doing that for all of my life. But I found out when I really praise people, when I really am very clear about when I like something, either a business outcome, an analysis, a behavior, and I just give that feedback, that this provides a ground for safety and inclusion for people, because they know exactly where I stand and they know where they stand. And it strengthens our relationship and the emotional connectivity. And then it's also more accepted when I say in a situation, well, I don't really know what to do with it. I don't know if this is good or not. Or if I'm critical and say, I don't think we are at the point where we should be. And I can say that without putting myself at risk when I don't know. And it doesn't relate or hurt the relationship when I have a more critical feedback so easily. And I think it's a very simple behavior I call praise more, which provides more psychological safety. And I've been seeing the effect that for people with whom I've been doing that more and more often, that they proactively come forward in situations when they are not sure. So if there's a sacred cow somewhere, and I recently had a discussion with one BU head where he wanted to touch what he thought was a sacred cow in his organizational setup, and he asked me, Alexandra, would you be open to have that discussion? I said, yeah, sure, why not? I don't know if it's right or wrong, but if we feel it's a sacred cow for years, let's go and look at that. But he needed this first touch point. So I really think it's a simple advice, but I'm pretty sure there are more kind of behaviors, more learnings, how to create inclusivity and psychological safety. And you might have some of that as well, Rachel, don't you?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a brilliant example, because how do you create a relationship that's honest and then built on trust? And I think some of the things also what we do in the work context is how do we deal with failure? We talk a lot about a culture of learning from failure. And so how we respond if something hasn't gone how we expected it to go, I think can make a real difference to making people feel safe and experiment and take risk again in future. I mean, for me, it's recognizing that each of us see the world through our own lens and our own experience. And just because somebody else sees things in a different way doesn't mean that you're right and they're wrong. So really, I think a key is really asking questions to really understand why somebody's got a different perspective and being open to listen and challenge your own paradigms. So again, a little bit like you said, how do you build that relationship where you've got this honesty and you can go one step at a time and build inclusivity?
Yeah, and this acknowledgement that perspectives are different and that they come. Yeah, sometimes we just have different functions and there's a different functional perspective, but we also have different filters based on our cultural imprint we had as children, the way we've grown up, and valuing this as these diverse opinions must flourish and not judging it kind of, that's a person who's been growing up like that, of course he or she must have that of that. So I think that's powerful. And this curiosity about why is somebody actually thinking this and this way?
Exactly. And then you can learn yourself and grow as a person too.
It's actually quite interesting. It's challenging and it's interesting. It's enriching. That attitude is I think what drives inclusion, the attitude of curiosity.